Marland, Danny, thanks for joining us on the Player Diary. Third day of the New Zealand tour. What's been going on behind you today?
I think today we've come to Ponsonby Rugby Club. It's celebrating the 140th year as a club, so it's awesome. It's quite a few thousand people down there and just supporting the kids really, so it's been quite a nice day.
Yeah, I think they've made the most All Blacks from this club, so obviously it's held in high esteem in New Zealand, and seeing a few old faces sort of filling us in about information around it, and watching the senior game as well. There's some big boys out there.
Carlos Spencer, I think, is alumni of this club as well. Sort of guy you have take inspiration from back in the day?
Yeah, definitely. He was obviously one of the top drivers in the world through his time, and just bumped into Dan Bowden and said sometimes he plays here just in part of his club rugby. So I think there's a lot of history and a lot of pride for Ponsonby.
Coaching a few kids as well, Marlon, weren't you? What were you going through with them?
Yeah, it's awesome. A lot of them are quite well skilled already. You can see they've obviously been doing that for quite a long time, and that's why. So naturally, a lot of the young kids here are so passionate about the sport. They've not much coaching on my side. They've got all their techniques already set in stone.
Haskell's getting stuck in there, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think someone put a microphone on Haskell, so it just meant he went into overdrive.
We've only got a little bit of space to work with. So if I go across here straight away, I'm closing down any space. What I want to try and do is take on the defender. So as I come in, I step him back inside, move him, give him all the space to score, okay? You've got to control the defender.
Had your first training session as well today, taking you back this morning. What did that involve? What did you do?
Yeah, it was good today. It was high intensity because of the time difference. We just had to get used to it and get our body clocks up to scratch really. And I think everyone walked away quite comfortable with the plays that we ran and look forward to next week.
Bit of touch rugby as well, wasn't it? You scored a nice try, Mike Brown, didn't you, down the left?
Yeah, no, it was touch rugby, and we tried to get our shapes and stuff in play. Brown is obviously a quality player. It was a bit of fun there, and I think it was 2-1 with you at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It did.
1-1 probably be less successful. But
yeah, it'd be more a try for us, surely.
And there's been a nice tone as well. You met some fans, didn't you, after training?
Also, while I was training, there's quite a few people watching as well. And they got quite into it, and you can see that it was quite a new experience for them. But
when you take it back, obviously it's a professional game, and we're here to win and do well. But when you're fortunate enough to travel with the England side, and you just got to appreciate being out here and doing all those things. And I think everyone's excited to be here, but when it's time to switch on, you could see today with training the intensity went up a few notches. So I think everyone's in a good mindset for the coming week ahead.
Matt, Chris, thanks for joining us on the Player Diary, day 5 here in New Zealand. First of all, take you back to Saturday night. You were out and about in the evening. What are you up to, Matt?
We went into the Cloud down at the docks or down at the port. It was a charity, it's a Cure Kids charity down there. Just a group of us went down, show our faces and just support the charity. It was a bit of a quiz. A few of the lads got involved in the quiz. Couldn't hear what was going on, so I don't know how they got on. I just say they won.
It's a big part of what's going on here in New Zealand as well as the rugby, isn't it, Chris? Stuart wants you to get out and about, meet people and do things for charity when you can.
Yeah, I think it's really important that we engage with the local community. So I think for us to get out, show our face in and amongst the locals, and just chat to people, get to know what's going on in Auckland. It's really important, I think.
Who was in the quiz team? The Atwood-Weber combo, were they in there?
Yeah, and Wardy as well. Yeah. They rated them. Yeah, exactly. They rated themselves a bit of a quiz master, so I think they did all right.
They did actually win, but the questions were almost impossible.
Yeah.
And then training today, you were split. What did it involve first of all? What were the forwards up to?
Forwards, we just ran through some lineouts. First proper day of just repping a load of lineouts. Obviously, I haven't repped them since Six Nations, so it's been a while. Just nailing those down. Bit of line out, bit of maul, and then into the team stuff with these guys.
And what were the backs working on, Chris?
We were just sort of finalising some of our shapes, some of our strikes, just really nailing that detail, so we can go into the weekend, 100% on absolutely everything, nailing our roles and our responsibilities around the set piece and our shapes when it comes to the team.
How are you finding as well, Chris, the first few days?
I'm absolutely loving it. It's great fun. There's a really good bunch of guys. Generally, I think I've settled in okay. I'm not too out of my depth, I'm really enjoying the experience, and hopefully I'll get a shot at some stage on the tour.
Does it play with the mind a bit to think your next game might have been Moseley away or Plymouth Albion away, and then it might be the All Blacks at Eden Park?
Dragging me down here.
Brutal question. That's an absolutely brutal question.
That's a good question, isn't it? How does it feel? That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
There you go. To be honest, I've not stopped to think about next season yet, because everything's finished on such a high. Beating Gloucester at 6 ways was massive, and then to get called up to this is even better. So it's I'm riding that wave as long as I can before I start focusing on next season.
You've known each other for quite a few years, you two, of course, from Worcester. Tell me something about Matt Kvesic that we perhaps wouldn't know.
His middle name's Boris. You might not know that.
Strong name.
It's a strong name. Strong.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm not ashamed.
Solid.
Yeah, exactly.
Likewise, something about Chris you wouldn't know?
He sleep talks a lot. No, if you knew that, that'd be real weird. But yeah, he does. He does sleep talk. He's got a thing. He's always on about sausages in his sleep. So yeah.
Just hungry. That's all. Just hungry.
Freddie, Billy, thanks for joining us on the Player Diary. Day 6 in New Zealand, but it's Tuesday of a test week. First of all, what's been the schedule in the England camp today, Freddie?
We had units this morning, and then in about an hour's time we're into our main defence session, which will be a bit of contact and sort of getting stuck into how New Zealand want to attack.
A bit different for you, Billy. Of course, you had a game last night. What did you do today?
We were down at the beach today, just doing a bit of recovery. Stop laughing. Did a bit of recovery and stuff, which was good. Got a few one-on-ones today, and then sort of just rest up and get ready. We've got a short turnaround to the Aussie game in 4 days' time, so just resting up for that.
Of course, 2 brothers, 2 fly halves here in New Zealand. What does it mean to Burns family, do you think, having the 2 of you out here together?
Well, not a lot, because the parents are in Turkey on holiday.
Really showing that support there.
No, I think it's quite cool. Obviously, when we landed on Wednesday, trying to get over the jet lag, called Bill up and then just got a taxi across to his hotel. So it's quite surreal to be on the other side of the planet, and I'll be able to go and watch his game against Australia on Friday, and to be on the other side of the world and be able to watch your brother play in a Junior World Cup will be awesome. So yeah, it means a lot. But like I said, parents on holiday, send that up.
Yeah.
So I don't really care.
Is Freddie pretty supportive then? Does he, support you in
Yeah,
your game?
definitely. You missed the game last night, didn't you? You got the wrong times, but no, yeah, it's good to be out here. Sort of like you said, we caught up the first day when he got out here and just had a chat and stuff, and obviously we'll be hopefully going across to watch the first test, which will be good. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Obviously, being over the other side of the world is pretty surreal.
How often do you speak about rugby with each other?
A fair bit. Like obviously,
Yeah.
both playing rugby. We've both been at Gloucester this year as well, so it's like a lot of conversations are about rugby. But when we're back at home, we like a little trip to an Ed's Diner and just chat about other things other than rugby, which I can't quite disclose in this interview.
Yeah.
What about as rugby players then? What would you say about Billy as a 10? What qualities has he got? Are you different?
I think we are a bit different. I think Bill's got a lot more of a sort of older head. When I was his age, I was always one to try and sort of do the sort of flair play and that, whereas he seems to be good at just managing the game, doing what's best for the team. And yeah, I won't say much more because his ego will get a bit too big.
And what can you say about Freddie as a fly half?
Yeah, like Fred said, he's sort of always been a guy who likes to try things and sort of do the chip and goes and that sort of stuff. So I've always learnt from that from him, and also just sort of his temperament in games and just sort of being able to handle bigger games and on big occasion and just relax and be able to fit in and like I said, manage a game.
What was it like growing up then? Was you were always competitive with each other in every way? Was it not just rugby in all sports?
We were always out kicking together and stuff like that and having little competitions here and there, weren't we?
Yeah, and I think obviously we've got 2 other brothers as well, so if we were out in the street playing football, it'd always be a little game of, was it Wembley they used to call it? When you used to watch Sam used to be in goal because he wasn't very good.
I was definitely better at football.
No, I'd disagree there.
Oh, I think I was, I'd say I was better at football. You were more of like you were quite good at netball and stuff at school.
I was actually wing attack.
Yeah.
Pivot, chest
Right,
pass.
yeah.
He was quite a good all-rounder, Bill, I'll give him that. He did, sort of jack of all trades, master of none, nice to say, but he's done all right this year, so I guess he's doing all right at rugby.
One story comes to mind. We were at a golf course and we just went. I think we.
I just put it out. I'm probably the worst loser in the family. Like temper bowling, anything like. I don't take losing very well.
Yeah, we just went out to the driving range just for a casual few drives, and we ended up getting pretty competitive. And I think I was only 15 at the time, and I managed to hit a drive longer than he did.
And you're younger, mate.
40. Yeah, all right. And I managed to hit a drive further than him, and he reacted by hitting me with a golf club, if I remember rightly.
Yeah,
which resulted in me going home.
If I remember rightly, I got frustrated and tried chasing him. And to answer your question earlier, actually, he was probably a little bit quicker than me. So as he started pulling away, he was out of sort of swinging reach. So I just used the golf club to extend my reach. And actually, I caught you. And then he hit the deck. You know what it's like? He hits the deck. Straight away, I wanted to be my best friend. I'm so sorry like this.
Offering me a Mars bar.
I offered him a Mars bar and a can of Coke, I think.
Yeah.
But that wasn't enough to go and tell Mum and Dad was it. I got in trouble.
Yeah.